Viewers and subscribers, I welcome you all to this channel of mine. In the present video, I am going to share with you an illustration of note making. Well, here I would like to remind you that in the previous video, I shared with you the ins and outs of note making. I hope you will have well understood by now the main title, the subtitles, and the sub points. And still, if there is any weakness left in you, do practice them properly to understand. Otherwise, you will not be able to have the complete benefit of this video. Well, one important thing again, I would like to make you understand that this video is totally based on the illustration of how a note making should be taken into account, how the unimportant ideas should be sorted out from the important ideas, how to use formats properly, and everything. I hope you will like it. And dear students, if you like it, don't forget to show your likes and to subscribe it. Let's come now to the content. Look at this passage. This passage basically covers three paragraphs, and I have taken three paragraphs because I could show you how to make notes in the minimum three paragraphs. I'll read loudly each paragraph and show you how to sort out important point from unimportant point and how to take everything into account in a proper manner. So I'm going to start with the first paragraph. Look at this paragraph very carefully and try to understand it. Shakespeare, Milton, Chaucer, Spencer, Dr. Johnson are among the literary masters who contributed greatly to the growth, enrichment, and development of the English language. Similarly, after reading the second paragraph and the third paragraph, you will come across the fact that the title of the passage is about the enrichment of English language. And that is why now after reading the all three paragraphs, you can come across the fact that all the paragraphs are about the enrichment of English language. So I have taken here the main title, Enrichment of English. Dear students, let me now come to the paragraph. Here, Shakespeare, Milton, Chaucer, Spencer. Shakespeare, Milton, Chaucer, Spencer, and Dr. Johnson, they are literary masters. What did they do? Contributed greatly to the growth, enrichment, and development of English language. Now let me show you how to take out the important points. Now here we are talking of contributors of English language. So the subtitle is Contributors of English language. Here you can find out that I have sorted English as ENG and language as LANG. That's lang. Now what is said? Contributed greatly. So I wrote here throughout contribution. Second point is contributors are Shakespeare, Milton, Chaucer, Spencer, and Dr. Johnson. I have mentioned the name of these contributors in two parts. Contributors Chaucer and Spencer. Secondly, great contributors are Milton and Shakespeare. As it has already been illustrated here among the literary masters. Now let's come to the second passage. Among them, the second paragraph is, among them Shakespeare has no equal with regard to extent and profundity of his influence on the language. Critics conclude that his mind is not shown by the fact that he has acquainted with around 20,000 words. Okay, I underlined here 20,000 words by the fact that since he wrote about it in a great variety of subjects and touched upon several human facts and relationships, that he needed his number of words in his writings. He also had remarkable familiarity with technical experience. What is said here? Remarkable familiarity with technical expressions. He also used language to individualize the characters in his plays, and the artisans in A Midsummer Night's Dream is comic and different from the Dixon or other superior characters. Let me here show you how have I taken out or elicited these points in the form of notes. Now, as you already know that we have talked of Shakespeare's contribution. So the subtitle is Shakespeare's contribution. Now what did he do? Introduced more than 20,000 words. Now in this line you can find out that I wrote here 20k. Here k is the symbol for thousands. So introduced more than 20,000 words. You can shorten this word also as per your own convenience. Second point is used them in a variety of subject. Here subject has been shortened as sub. To express human facts and relationships. To express human facts and relationships, you can shorten this as per your convenience. I have already presented in the form of an example. And to individualize characters. This individualized can also be shortened as indivi and then put a dot here. And finally, example, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Example can be shortened as EX. Now here, one thing I would like to remind you that as I could not cover the main idea in one point, that's why I here divided or classified it into two parts, 2.4a and 2.4b. Let's now finally come to the third paragraph. Chaucer's writings too had a powerful influence on the English language. He is regarded as a poet of new thought. It's very, very important. As a poet of new thought, he imported hundreds of words and created hundreds of them. Imported and created. Milton too contributed about 7,000 words. You have already noted down the contribution of Chaucer. Second contributor is Milton. 7,000 words to English vocabulary. Words like pandemonium are examples of his coinage, and phrases such as the human face divine are examples of his phrase. Spenser too left his mark on English poetic style. 18th century writers and poets eagerly adopted his romantic style. So we find here that Spenser adopted romantic style when they wanted to move away from everyday realities. So here the speaker is talking of Chaucer. At the same time he is talking of Milton as well. Imported and created hundreds of words. Milton coined some new words and phrases like pandemonium and human face divine. Finally, Spenser too adopted 18th century romantic style. Let me show you how have I used all these points in the form of notes. Other writers' contribution. As there are three writers, that's why I wrote here other writers. Chaucer. He is a poet of new thought. You can refer it again, you will get the point. Imported and created hundreds of words. Here also you can note down one important fact that in the first point, as I have written about Chaucer, two main points, I divided 3.1 into two parts, 3.1a and 3.b. In the first part, I have written here that he was the poet of new thought, but in the second part, I added, imported and created together hundreds of words. In 3.2, also, what is said that Milton coined 7,000 words. K here stands for 1,000 to English vocabulary. English has been shortened, vocabulary has been shortened, and examples are, R is written like this, pandemonium has been shortened, and human face divine. Finally, there is discussion of Spenser. Spenser famous for romantic style. So this is how a passage can be shortened in three main points. If the passage is longer, you can use the fourth one as well. And here is key to abbreviations. I used K here, I used K here, and K stands for thousand. Okay, ENG, that is English, pandemonium, has been shortened in this form, and foe, they have been shortened like this. And let's now come to the summary. Is basically abridgment or short form of the sub points that we have already deduced. So only keeping in tune with the sub points, we prepare a summary in very short form. Let's come across the main ideas. English language has been enriched by writers like Chaucer, Shakespeare, Milton, and Spenser. Shakespeare's contribution of 20,000 words in a variety of subjects to express relationships is wonderful. Milton too introduced 7,000 words, and finally Spenser introduced romantic style of poetry composition. Well, these are the rules. These are the ins and outs through which you can easily present note making in your own views in a very smooth and easy manner. In the next video, I'll share with you a new topic. Till then, goodbye.